I think the first thing most people here want to see or want to hear from you really is you responded to training earlier on this week, which is normally a good move for somebody who has had some injury issues. What's your return to play schedule looking like?
We set a rough guideline for the Cast game. It's kind of all been on the right track so far, and today was the first day kind of kicking it up a gear with running and started to do faster stuff and look for a bit more speed rather than just the long runs. So step in the right direction, and a fairly busy week ahead next week, unfortunately.
Yeah, with Christmas coming up, I suppose. What's the schedule like for a professional rugby player? You know, like there's a game just after Christmas Day, and like you're known generally. I don't think you take offence at this. You're known for having a rather loose diet compared to some of the other guys on the squad. You seem to be able to eat an awful lot more of what any of us or anybody else can eat, and still look trim. So, you know, how does a rugby player approach a week like this?
It's deceptive enough. I'm not trim anymore. I keep getting told I look real slim, and I'm 120 kilos, so it's up to the heaviest I've been. So I'll take it if it's going though. I don't know. I haven't. Well, I suppose last year I was out for the Christmas as well, so it's at this stage I toned down the intake and try and get as fit and lean as possible, and obviously let myself have a few beverages over Christmas as well, and enjoy a bit of company while I can, because it's not every time you get a chance to be away from playing rugby and do that, so it's kind of important to do that as well.
And I suppose, like, if we want to get right back to the very beginning, you were probably identified right back in school, you know, as a player of note or a player of interest. You won a Senior Cup medal with Belvedere College in 2005, and you moved into the Leinster and Irish setup pretty quickly. You know, as a 17-year or 18-year-old, nowadays, like I have a son, and you know he wants to be a professional rugby player. Was that something that you had identified right back in 2005?
Yeah, it was the year before that I actually said it to my folks that I'd be kind of putting a bit more focus on that and less on homework and things like that. And I wanted to slip for free classes so I could go to the gym, and that all actually swung quite well, and they agreed to do that with me, and I didn't completely pack it in. I did all the work I was needed to, but there wasn't a hell of a lot of extras. It was firmly set that was my goal, and I didn't even have an understanding of the professional world of rugby. I just knew it's something I wanted to follow, and I wanted to be a big part of my life.
Yeah. So when you come in, you know, you've done your leaving cert, so you moved into the Leinster setup, a newly kind of established regime with Michael Cheika, and you rock up on your first day. What happens?
I got in a fair bit of trouble and a bit of stick off the lads, because I kind of came in from being boisterous enough in school and all that to a few people trying to sit me back into my place in Leinster. So it was a funny enough start. I had a few pick-ons and stuff like that, but I had Ronnie and Blaney to take me under their wing and bring me in for coffees all over Ranelagh and all that. So it was a nice start for me to get into Leinster.
Yeah, and then, you know, again to mention Michael Cheika, Leinster started achieving some really good results. We started winning trophies. We became a team to be feared. You won some Heineken Cups. There were so many, as a supporter, there are so many highlights. You know, away games, home games, interprovincial derbies. Do any of those over the past couple of years, like if you could identify one or two specific moments?
Getting hauled off the pitch after 30 minutes. That wasn't very nice.
Try and pick a nice one.
Yeah, funnily enough, it's actually usually the worst ones that stick with me. The ones that I'm pretty sure I don't want to repeat again and don't want to see those again.
And do you use that as motivation? Say, look, you know, this is what I did wrong. I need to make sure I don't do that again. I need to be at my best all the time.
I do at the time. I'd analyse what happened and what went wrong and stuff. But then when it gets down to playing that team again or whatever, it's just a case of not being in the situation to feel the same way as did the last time out.
Yeah, with the injuries that you've had, you know, you've been off for a while. It's obviously it's not good for a professional rugby player to not be playing rugby. How do you spend your time? What do you do? I know you like painting. You're a keen social media enthusiast. You know, what do you do when you go home in the evening time?
Now it's all calmed down a bit, and I've got 2 dogs, so I'm kind of stuck with them, and not really getting any free time for any of the painting around. And I get a bit done and a bit of drawing and stuff, but mostly just taking them out and trying to enjoy being an outdoorsy person, because I'm not really getting to see too much of it not being on the pitch.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, with the painting, is it an escape? Do you just kind of move into a different world? Is it a specific?
I'm a disaster to know when I do go into it, because the house stays closed and it's 8-10 hours sitting in a room doing it. You know, I'll bring the kettle and cups of tea with me for the day, so it's a it's a complete shutout. So I don't do it too often, but when I do, it's just everything goes off. Okay, and
I suppose, you know, you're looking forward to coming back to play. You've got cast. The RDS has become, you know, it's become a bit of a, I don't know if fortress is the right word, but a lot of the players speak about the support and the crowd, and you know, even with an evening like this evening, where you know it's not particularly full, but there's still a very, very good atmosphere. You know, from a player's point of view, do the fans really make a difference? Like, can you hear them? Can you hear what they're shouting? All that kind of stuff.
Oh, big time! Yeah, it's such an enjoyable place to be able to come, and you notice it even more so when you're playing games around different clubs, and the level of intensity, and even the level of support that our section brings away with them. You know, it stands out in different stadiums to a huge amount, and then when you bring it all back to here, and I haven't been able to play here too much in the last year or two. I've only got a handful of games, you know, and I see that as a disaster. I want to be playing here every week and soaking that sort of stuff in, because at the end of the day, like, winning in front of crowds like that and being a part of all that's the reason I play rugby. It's all about that buzz that's created, and it's pretty amazing.
You've got here. You've got the yes. And, you know, occasionally we move down to the Aviva Stadium with Christmas crackers and some of the inter-pro games. Is there a difference? Would you prefer to play in a full RTS or 40,000 people in the Aviva Stadium? Does it make a difference?
Yeah, I prefer taking the bigger teams here. It's kind of take them to our back garden and not give them the bright lights of that. And you know, this is somewhere we're really comfortable, and it's an important place to us that we want to defend. You know, and so is the Aviva. You know, it's the big stadium, and it's our national one, and it's great to be able to get into such a thing. But to be able to take to be able to take a team to such a passionate place as this, I think it's a pretty daunting experience for them to have to deal with.
And you know, our next game up over Christmas now is Munster away, down in what they would consider to be their fortress in Thomond Park. What do we need to do to win down there? What are we going to do on Christmas, just after Christmas?
I always find the important thing about playing them down there is to go down and physically beat them up, to be more. It's about taking their thing away from them. You know, they pride themselves on being a big hard team with Polly and Pete Mahoney and them, and when you beat them up and take them off the ball and hit them hard, you know, they've got nowhere else to look, and that's when we have the likes of our backs and stuff that can tear them apart then.
Cool. And are we going to win?
Big time.
Yeah! Well, you know, I think with you know, I was having a quick bit of research. Obviously, not enough research today. But, you know, you've got a Senior Cup, under 20 Grand Slam, Churchill Cup, 3 times Heineken Cup, Pro 12, Amlin Cup. Your Alliance Tourist, 47 Ireland caps and 134 Leinster caps. I think it goes without doubt that you're definitely a Leinster legend. The Leinster supporters are delighted to little bit of housekeeping. There's the T-shirts here, which is going to be on sale over in the corner. You can make your way over orderly at the end. There are tickets on sale for the next home game, which is against Ulster in the new year. You can buy your tickets on LeinsterRugby.ie. And Cian, if I can ask you to unveil your T-shirt board, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Cian Healy.